Hey guys, welcome back to Telly Talk. So today's topic is, dear black men, we love you. I think a lot of times men get the short end of the stick and we don't really understand you guys' plight all the time. You know, things that you all have to face and things that you have to endure through life. And I think a lot of times we complain because we do see a lot of men who are not doing justice and who are not doing, raising their kids responsibly if they created them, and just being irresponsible across the board. But for those who are, those who actually is trying to make an honest living, those who are actually trying to achieve their goals, those who are actually choosing to treat their mother, their child, or their partner with respect, with love. And I think those are the men who get the short end of the stick. Those are the men who don't get the recognition that they deserve. And yes, we can go on and talk about different genders and how one do this and how the other do that, but men, since we're talking about men today, they need to get their flowers, especially if they're a good man. They need to get their flowers just as well as women need to get their flowers, because there are so many good men out here who are doing the right thing, who are making an honest living, who just want to do right, and they don't get chosen. They don't get picked because they're not the bad boy, because they're not trying to dog a woman out, but actually want to respect her and, protect her and protect her heart. And those are the ones who get the short end of the stick, and they seen as soft, and they seen as what they're calling now this whole red pill, blue pill era. And they are also having this thing where they're calling high value men, and they equate high value because of the amount of income that they have. But I think a high value man is a man of character, a man of integrity, a man who actually doing things right, a man who actually knows how to treat his woman, a man who actually know how to apologize, when he's wrong, when he's in the wrong. That's what I call a high value man. It's not about the money that you make and the amount of access that you have, because all that means nothing if you're not a decent, honest human being. All that means nothing. You can have all the money in the world, and yes, granted, you will attract a lot of different women, but guess what? You're gonna attract the ones who only want to use you for what you have. They don't want to get to know you, and they could care less about what it is that you want and desire, but they will play this role and they will fake and put up a facade just to get what they want, which is your money. So for the whole high value and you earning, you making a living, it's only a very small percentage of people who are millionaires. So to think that everybody can be a millionaire is just not the case. Like, not saying that you who are looking at this video can't be a millionaire, or maybe you're already a millionaire, but the fact that we equate high value to some income versus a person who actually knows how to conduct themselves and talk to people and treat people and show people respect. That is what I call a high value man. A man who can be disciplined, when he has options but still come home to you. That's a high value man. So those are the men that need to get rewarded. Those are the men that need to get their praises. Those are the men who need to get their flowers for doing the right thing, for making the right choices in life, and not being like everybody else, and not allowing the society and what their friends, or maybe people they went to school with, try to change them into becoming something that they're not, into dogging women out, playing with their hearts, playing with them, knowing that they have no intentions of being with them or being anything serious with them. So they just play with their minds and play with their hearts. For the ones who choose not to do that, I respect a man more if he decides that I'm not gonna date right now because I'm not in the mental space to cater to a woman. And not necessarily cater, because I don't even like that word, but deal with another human being and actually protect them and actually protect their heart and actually be there and have to consider somebody else's feeling. I will really respect the person, a man who says, you know, I'm gonna focus on what I got going on first. I wanna get to a certain level and build on that and become a better human being, a better person. So when I do entertain someone in a relational status or in a relationship aspect, I can give them my all. I can be completely, you know, engulfed in this relationship, and hopefully it will work for the better. I can respect a man who do that versus a man who's inconsistent, who's telling you everything you want to hear but never doing anything, who's just feeding you these lies just to get what they want out of you. I can respect a man more if he just be honest and upfront and tell you that, you know, I'm not in a position right now to be anything more. And I think for women, when we go into the relational aspect of things, we need to listen, because 9 times out of 10, a guy will tell you exactly what he's gonna do or wanna do. If he says, oh, I'm not trying to settle down right now, listen to that, because I don't care how much sex you give him, I don't care how much you do so much for him, a man will give you his money, he will give you his sex, he will give you his time, even his time sometimes. And sometimes that's out of, you know, he's been like a convenience thing, but he'll give you his time, but he will never give you his heart. And if you don't have a man's heart, then you can never get him to be vulnerable and never break those walls down where you can really get to know who he is. So women, we have to be mindful that when he tells you that this is not the type of person he is, if he tell you that he don't believe in marriage and you're a marriage-minded person, when he tell you that he's not ready for a relationship and you are, or you want something more, you're not willing to do a situationship, you need to fall back and you need to listen, because he's telling you everything you need to know. And I think a lot of times women think we can change a person. A person can't change unless they want to change. Yes, you can influence someone to change, but you can never change someone. Someone have to have the willpower, the motivation, the dedication to change and to want to change. And if you think that if they're just changing because of you, that's only temporary. Because who's to say that your relationship is gonna last forever? Who's to say that, you know, he won't be inspired by somebody else and maybe revert back to an old habit? So I think a man articulating how he feels and what he wants, yes, it could be selfish. You can feel like, you know, I gave him all of this and I did all this, thinking that it will lead to this relationship, or thinking that he would choose me. But nobody told you to do that. Nobody told you to put all your eggs in one basket. Nobody told you to give this person every part of you, and then you're mad because he doesn't give it back. Because he told you in the beginning he wasn't a relational guy, or he didn't want to be in a relationship. He just wanted a situationship. He was just okay with kicking it and hanging out and doing this and doing that, but he didn't want anything serious. So we just have to be mindful when they say, you know, this is not what I want. Respect it. And if you're cool with it, if you're that type of chick, you're willing to play the field, and you're willing to accept the bare minimum or whatever he's willing to give you, then you stay in that situation. But if you're someone who has standards and you know what you want, you know what you bring to the table, and this person is refusing to do the same thing, then you need to leave that relationship. You need to not entertain that person anymore, because if you want something more and this person is not willing to give you that, or what you need they can't give you, or they choose not to give it to you, then that's telling you that they don't care about you, they don't want to be with you, and or they're just not ready. And just respect, you know, what they say, and keep it moving, keep it pushing, and hopefully, you know, if time and if it's in God's will, he'll allow you guys to circle back around. But if not, you just move on to the next, you know, move on with your life, and hopefully you find someone who is on the same page as you and want the same things as you in that moment. But going back to men and the whole "we love you," because my brothers, like, I can attest to this, I never seen them sell drugs. I never really seen them, yes, they had their own relationship situations, because all of us do, but I never seen them disrespect a person, a female, to the point where, you know, she hated him that much. Like, all what I've witnessed anyway, the girls that dealt with my brothers, and even my dad, like, they still wanted to be with them, you know, even after they broke up. Or maybe they remained friends, or just good acquaintances, because they wasn't like a terrible person, and they didn't sell drugs, and they didn't do all these shiesty things, and they actually worked for their, you know, work for their money. And whether it had to be overtime, working days in and days out, working overnight, sleeping in the car, whatever it had to be, like, I seen them do it the honest way. And yes, the honest way is not always easy. It doesn't get noticed. It doesn't get, I guess, the level of, not fame, but just being in the position that you will want to be. It doesn't, you know, it takes a while to get to that point, because you're actually doing it the honest way. But I think when you do things the honest way, God will reward you for your efforts, and he will allow you to have peace, you know, even when you going through it. Sometimes you're like, man, you know, you might have a baby mother, and you're actually trying to be a decent dad, and you want to see your kids, and you want to be in their life, and you want to treat their mother even with respect, but the mom just can't get over the fact that this relationship failed, and she used her kids as a pawn. But at the end of the day, your kids will grow up, and they will see that mom actually was the one who wasn't the best parent in this situation. She actually stopped my dad from seeing me and having a relationship with me, and that might cause the child to resent their mother growing up, because a child can see, they can feel when, you know, a parent is actually doing things right and want to be in their life. And regardless of the parent situation and why it didn't work out and what happened and what transpired, the child is the most important thing. The child is the one who can't stand on their own 2 feet just yet, and needs you to pour into their life. So the child will pick up on, even if you're down talking the other person, the child will pick up. Eventually the child will see the real colors of the parent and know who is actually being honest, who is actually being a good, fair parent, And I think a lot of women weaponize their child, or they use their child as a pawn to get what they want. But it doesn't hurt anybody but the child at the end of the day. The child is the one who is losing in the situation, because you think that not having this parent in their life, who we all need our dad. Like, I need my dad. I'm 32 years old and I need my dad in my life, you know. So you're never too old to need need that father figure, that male figure in your life. And so I just wanted to come on here and just say to all the good men, you know, who's actually doing things right, holding their own, you know, not trying to get over and use women and be on, you know, get to the top by crushing a woman and using her for what she had, but you actually doing it your way. You know, you actually doing it the right way. You actually, you know, working on this job. You're actually holding your own, paying your own rent, paying your own bills. You know, you're not trying to do it on the back of a woman. You know, you're not trying to use a woman to be able to gain success and exposure, and you're not using her to get to a level where you really want to be. You actually, if you are with her, you're with her for reasons that she's a good person and you love her and you want to be with her and you see a future with her. You're actually pouring into her and being honest and a true partner. So for all of you guys, like I said, who's doing it the right way, we love you because we need more of you. And I think society has allowed certain men to think that because they basically, society has taught men how to be lazy or try to get it in a different way, and we wonder why so many, especially black men, that's in jail or locked up, or dead, or separated from their families, because society has ingrained in you guys to hustle and to hold your own. But holding your own and you can still hold your own and still have an honest job. You can still be a man and still know how to respect a woman. You can still be a man and still know how to apologize. Like, that's not gonna make you any less of a man. If anything, that makes you more of a man, because you know that you can go there, but you choose not to go there. Knowing that you do have options and you do have access to women, but you choose to be faithful. So that's what makes you a man. That's what makes you an honest man, and that's what the man I'm talking about today, because you guys deserve your flowers, and we love you for the women who actually see goodness and greatness in you and want to see you win. We are the ones who I'm talking about. We love you, we see you, and I just pray that you continue to be everything God has for you and everything God wants you to be, and just be an example, and don't give in to the societal norms that tells us to be this bad guy and to treat women unfairly and to hustle and to get over on people, but to actually be honest and be of good character, a real high value man. So to that, thank you guys for listening. Hope to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. Next time on Tally Talk.